Well, I wanted to go over another trademark scam that's come to light. Now, I realize that I make these trademark and patent scams once every few months, but it seems like people are getting better and better at figuring out new and innovative ways to try to scam people. So the one I heard from today was actually from one of my clients who got a text message from somebody implying that they were an attorney. And it's the usual scam of they approach somebody who's the holder of a trademark and they say somebody else wants your trademark and we represent this other party, but they may do something to take your trademark away from you. But if you'd like to hire us instead, we will dump our client, we will protect you and make sure that you keep your trademark. So obviously this isn't an attorney, or if it is an attorney, it's an attorney with an IQ somewhere around Anchorage in the winter, because as an attorney you can't represent two sides of the same deal. If you represent the person who wants the trademark, then you can't offer to then represent the person who holds the trademark. You can't do business that way. But anyway, they sent this to my client with a text message. So apparently they figured out how to find people's cell phone numbers, and now rather than doing everything by writing and by email, now they're using text messages. So if you get a text like this, the first thing you want to do is you want to look up your trademark on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website. If it's live, then you probably don't really have to worry about somebody else trying to take it away from you, particularly if you're getting a text message about it. Now, they also do this with dead trademarks. A dead trademark is a trademark that somebody has abandoned, usually intentionally. And so oftentimes, as you go through the evolution of a business, you sometimes change names, you sometimes start using new slogans and dump the old slogans. So I expect that the next wave of this is going to be people texting people with dead trademarks saying, oh, somebody else is going to file on your dead trademark. Do you want us to refile it for you? And again, it's the same conflict of interest there, where if they're representing somebody who's going to file for a trademark application on a trademark that you've abandoned, they can't then reach out to you and offer to represent you too. It'd be kind of like in a criminal proceeding if the prosecuting attorney and the public defender were the same person. You get in there and the public defender would say, my client was not at the bar when the guy was killed, and then he'd say, but as a prosecutor I have to ask you, is it not true that your fingerprints were found at the bar where the guy was killed? And then the public defender, yeah, well, but actually, are you sure those are your fingerprints? The prosecutor says, is it not true that we sent those fingerprints to the lab and they were proven to be yours? Obviously you can't have the same attorney playing both sides like this, or things are just going to get crazy. And that's, the entire purpose of our legal system is to try to have both sides represented by an attorney if they want one, not by the same attorney, hopefully. So anyway, if you get one of these emails, make sure your trademark's alive and well, or if it's abandoned, who cares if somebody else files on it? But whatever you do, my advice is don't respond to these people, because then you're probably going to go on some kind of an email list of potential scam victims. I'm sorry about my voice. I'm just getting over COVID. I've had it for 2.5 weeks. Even though I get all the vaccines, I still get COVID. So go figure. I know I sound more like Johnny Cash than myself, but I did want to get this out there and get it posted. This is probably going to start hitting a lot of people pretty soon. Anyway, hope you found this video useful. And again, if you get a text message about your trademark, it's probably a scam.